So, this is the storyline for episode 53. The episode began with the police officers arriving because they received an anonymous report of violence against a child. Eun-jung immediately denied that Hana had ever been violent towards him. But because the police received a report, they interviewed Eun-jung separately. During the interview, Eun-jung again denied Hana's violence but then stated that Seong hit him. Afterward, the police met with the waiting family. Myung-ji confidently expected Hana to be arrested, but the police stated they found no evidence of Hana's violence against Eun-jung and that the relationship was harmonious. Instead, they questioned Seong's action towards Eun-jung. Eun-jung detailed how Seong hit him, leaving bruises and hit his head the previous day. Seong remained silent. Myung-ji defended Seong, saying she hadn't intended to be violent. Eun-jung had startled her. Yeojin showed anger that Seong hit her grandson but couldn't express it openly. The police, having received a report and found evidence of violence, named Seong a suspect. After the police left, Seong told Myung-ji it was unfair to be a suspect for hitting Eun-jung's head and that she didn't want to be investigated for it. Myung-ji reassured her that she wouldn't be jailed for this, advising her to cooperate with the investigation and apologize to Eun-jung immediately because Yeojin was very angry. Seong found Yeojin's anger strange, wondering why she was upset when she had hit Eun-jung and not Hana. Seong asked Myung-ji to find out who made the report. Myung-ji was silent and annoyed, thinking Seong didn't understand the situation and worrying about Yeojin's potential unforgiveness if Seong continued to hurt Eun-jung. Meanwhile, Hana questioned Eun-jung extensively about Seong. Did Seong often hit him, yell at him, hurt his feelings? Eun-jung confirmed Seong's repeated violence and yelling, adding that being called little kid instead of his name, Lee Eun-jung, was the most upsetting. Hana instructed Eun-jung to report any further incident and promised to address the name issue with Seong and Myung-ji. Eun-jung then asked who made the false report. Hana didn't know, although only their family knew about the interview. Seong, still unrepentant, pushed Eun-jung over when he wouldn't return her ball. Hana demanded an apology but Seong refused, causing Hana's anger to escalate. Hana was furious at Seong, a guest in her home, would act so badly and ignore her and Eun-jung. Hana was extremely angry because Seong had done these things even though she was essentially a stranger, and that Seong had no right to ignore or hurt them after what she had done. Seong said Hana acted like she knew what it was like to be beaten as a child. Hana revealed she was beaten daily until she was adopted at age 10. This panicked Seong, who asked for clarification. Hana explained that Seong was with her when she disappeared. If she hadn't gone to the sea that day, she would have received love from her parents. She said Seong had admitted to feeling guilty and wanting her to return, but now Hana felt Seong never waited and even hoped she would die. Seong became hysterical, screaming and covering her ears. Myung-ji stopped Hana and took Seong to her room. Seong, scared, told Myung-ji that Hana seemed to know everything but was testing her. Myung-ji was frustrated with Seong's inability to get along with Hana and her constant daydreaming. Seong, equally frustrated, said Myung-ji never believed her and pleaded for her relief. While Seong was still scared, Yeojin called Myung-ji and Seong to discuss the situation. Yeojin was extremely angry at Seong, asking how many times she had hit Eun-jung. Seong said yesterday was the first time, but Yeojin forced her to be honest. Seong admitted to previous incident. Yeojin was furious, wanting to hurt Seong for hitting her beloved grandson, but restrained herself. Yeojin then said they should live separately if Seong continued this behavior. She was tired of Seong and Myung-ji's mistreatment of Hana and Eun-jung. Yeojin stated she had known about their bad action all along and tried to be patient, but she couldn't anymore. She was furious that Hana and Eun-jung had waited so long for Eun-jung's adoption, only for Seong to cause this scene. Yeojin threatened that Seong and Myung-ji would have to leave they couldn't along with Hana and Eun-jung. Seong and Myung-ji offered sincere apologies. Seong remained filled with fear. Sure, Hana remembered what happened 20 years ago, though she didn't know the extent of Hana's memory, so she also suspected Eugene knew. She searched Hana's room to gauge Hana's memory but found nothing. That day, Hana and Eunchung went to Ji-chang's restaurant. Beforehand, they stopped at the park where Hana usually relieved stress. They went to their trampolines and Hana explained their stress relieving benefit to Eunchung. Eunchung immediately sensed Hana's stress from the recent events. Eunchung joined her, Jingu saw them and approached. Jingu knew Hana was stressed, but Hana wasn't sure whether to tell him. Eunchung whispered they could tell Jingu. They went Jingu to the restaurant to eat tteokbokki and talk. After hearing Hana's story, Jingu wondered who made the false report, as few people knew Eunchung lived at Eugene's house. Eunchung asked Hana to tell Jingu about Seong, but Hana preferred Jingu to hear it from Seong. Jingu and Hana agreed to be friends outside of work, starting the day. Hana still felt awkward but agreed to try slowly. Eugene was upset she couldn't act on the anonymous report because she wasn't registered as Eunchung's grandmother, unlike Hana. This reminded Eugene of Myungji's words about custody granting power. Eugene asked Secretary Jang if Hana would have full rights over Eunchung when custody, and if she could be prevented from seeing Eunchung. Secretary Jang described this as a worst-case scenario. Eugene wanted to avoid this, so she ordered Secretary Jang to postpone the adoption process. That day, Myungji brought gift as an apology, asking Eugene not to be angry, emphasizing their sibling-like relationship. Eugene still worried about her lack of rights regarding Eunchung. Hana recalled Seong's hysterical reaction to a discussion of her disappearance, and the head found at Eugene's house, wondering if something happened during that time. Hana told Eunchung about a mother-child tour program she created, including a cruise to Uido via Songbuk Port. Seong overheard, becoming even more scared because Songbuk Port was where Eugene disappeared. Seong was sure Hana remembered everything but was pretending. Seong was shaking, and Myungji became frustrated as Seong repeatedly said Hana knew everything and urged her to run away. Myungji gave Seong sedative to make her sleep. Seong, still restless, dreamed of the past and shouted in her sleep. Hana came in. Seong woke up, knelt, and apologized to Hana. Before Seong could say more, Myungji covered her mouth. Okay, everyone, that's the scene. Thank you for watching my video.